Mr. Lemaster here. Let's start with the question. Use the marking tool to identify the reasoning in paragraph 3. Okay, so this one, reasoning in paragraph 3, we can go ahead and scroll to paragraph 3, and it starts with, let's go back to the healthcare industry. All right, the question asks us to use the marking tool to identify the reasoning in paragraph 3. Okay, reasoning is different than reasons. In elementary school, maybe we talk about reasons as the reasons why you have an opinion about something. I enjoy summer more than winter. What are your reasons? This word is different. This is reasoning. Reasoning means the explanation of something. Typically, an argument, it's the explanation of your evidence. So this is reasoning in the argument writing space. So what we need to look for is where the author explains this evidence or explains the position. So let's take a look in paragraph 3. Let's go back to the healthcare industry. A substantial number of healthcare jobs have high barriers to entry. They require a specialized education, appropriate college degree, certification, licensure, or a combination, and often include an experience component such as a clinical internship. Now, this author isn't citing anyone here, but this is evidence. This is explaining that there are barriers to entry, that it's not easy just to walk into the healthcare industry, that you're going to need some sort of post-secondary education, you're going to need some sort of certification or licensure, so that you need something more, of course, than a high school diploma. Now, that's the evidence. So let's take a look at where the reasoning begins. This means, let's stop there. Now, we're thankful when it happens like this. It's not always this clear, but here's where the author begins the reasoning. This means that candidates hoping for employment consideration will have planned far in advance, sometimes many years in advance, as early as junior or senior year in high school, to meet the requirements of their chosen occupation. So this is the reasoning that follows the evidence in this particular argument. So I'm going to go ahead and highlight this here. I'm going to identify it and mark it in. Now I'm going to go to the next sentence and explain why this is not reasoning. The reward is that well-qualified individuals will have unprecedented opportunity to apply for rewarding, well-paying jobs. This is more of commentary from the author. This is not reasoning. She's not explaining anything here that has to do with what she just said, which is up here. A substantial number of healthcare jobs have high barriers to entry. Now, the author is talking about the reward is that well-qualified individuals will have unprecedented opportunity. This may or may not be true. It's certainly on the edge of opinion, but it's not reasoning. This isn't explaining what came before it. This is kind of a new idea. It's kind of like, look, if you plan ahead, you're going to get these jobs. And if you get these jobs, look how much money or look how much opportunity you will have. All right. So this part here is where we want to really think about the reasoning, because this, not only does it tell us this means, but it's also breaking down what came before it, which is this section right here. Let's go back, and then it says a substantial number. So all of this information here is like evidence. And so this author is breaking that evidence down and saying this is what it means, and that's reasoning.